Rain fell softly that morning, tapping on the church windows like quiet tears. My father's coffin stood at the front, surrounded by white lilies, his favorite flowers. People whispered kind words about him: honest, generous, respected. I wanted to believe all of it, but grief had left me numb. After the funeral, I stayed behind to clean his study. The room smelled like old books and coffee, exactly the way I remembered him. Papers were scattered across the desk, and family photos lined the wall: my parents on their wedding day, me as a child with my missing front teeth, birthdays, holidays, memories frozen in frames. One picture caught my eye: an old wooden frame that looked thicker than the others. When I picked it up, the back felt loose. Curious, I opened it. Behind my parents' photo was another, hidden carefully. It showed my father holding a baby in his arms. Beside him stood a young woman I had never seen before, smiling softly at him. My stomach twisted. Who was she? And why was he holding that child like it was his own? The man everyone called honest suddenly felt like a stranger I didn't know. That night, I couldn't sleep. The photograph kept flashing in my mind: my father smiling, holding a baby that wasn't me, standing beside a woman who looked far too comfortable beside him. I sat by the window, the rain outside now just a whisper. My thoughts were loud enough to drown it out. All my life, he had been my hero, the man who never raised his voice, who worked long hours, who kissed my forehead every night when I was a child. But now, every memory felt uncertain, every word he'd said replayed like a question. I remembered his business trips that lasted days, the quiet phone calls late at night, the times my mother looked away when I asked about them. She always said, "Your father works hard for us, Lena. Don't question it." What if there was more to it than work? My heart ached with guilt for even thinking that way. But the image of that woman's soft smile wouldn't leave me. Who was she? A colleague? A friend? Or someone he loved when he wasn't home with us? I decided I couldn't live with guesses. I had to know the truth, no matter how much it hurt. And so, the next morning, I began looking for the woman in the photograph. The next morning, I took the photograph from its frame and slipped it into my bag. My heart was still heavy, but curiosity had taken control of me. I needed answers. I started by visiting people who had known my father: old neighbors, his business partners, even his best friend from the bank. Everyone said the same thing: your father? He was a good man, Lena. Always honest, always kind. But when I showed them the photograph, their smiles faded. No, they said. We've never seen her before. The more I asked, the colder the air around me felt. It was as if the photograph didn't belong to the same man I had grown up with. Finally, I went to an old photo studio in town. The photographer, a gray-haired man with sharp eyes, took the picture and adjusted his glasses. He looked closely, then nodded slowly. "This was taken here," he said. "I remember that wall. I used it for portraits at the charity orphanage. Must have been 25 years ago." "Orphanage?" I repeated, stunned. He nodded again. "Your father came here often. Kind man. Helped the children." My throat tightened. The photograph suddenly felt heavier in my hand. If it wasn't another family, then what was he hiding? The next day, I drove to the address the photographer gave me, a small coastal town 2 hours away. My hands trembled on the steering wheel the whole way. I didn't know what I was expecting: an apology, an explanation, maybe even another lie. The town was quiet, the streets narrow and lined with old trees. I found the small house at the end of the lane. A woman opened the door before I could even knock. She was older now, her hair silver, her eyes kind but sad. "Are you Mrs. Turner?" I asked. She nodded slowly. I pulled the photograph from my bag and held it out to her. The moment she saw it, her lips quivered. Tears filled her eyes. She pressed her hand to her mouth and whispered, "He kept that photo all these years." I frowned. "You knew my father?" She nodded again, her voice shaking. "He saved my son's life. I was a widow, broke and desperate. My baby needed heart surgery, but the hospital wouldn't treat him without money. Your father paid for everything." My breath caught. "But the baby in this photo?" She smiled through her tears. "That's my son. But the hospital wouldn't register me as guardian while I was in recovery. Your father adopted him temporarily until I could take him back." I stood frozen, the photograph trembling in my hand. All these years, I thought he was hiding betrayal, but he was hiding kindness. Driving home, I couldn't stop crying. The road blurred through my tears. I kept seeing his face in that photograph, smiling, gentle, kind. The same smile I had doubted, the same man I had silently accused of betrayal. When I reached home, my mother was sitting by the window, holding a cup of tea she hadn't touched. I placed the photograph in front of her without a word. She looked at it, and a soft, knowing sadness crossed her face. "So, you found it," she said quietly. "You knew?" I asked, my voice trembling. She nodded slowly. "He didn't want you to grow up thinking that love needs witnesses. He helped people quietly because he believed true kindness doesn't need applause." I sank onto the sofa, covering my face with my hands. "I thought he was hiding another family," I whispered. "I thought he lied to us." Mom reached for a drawer and took out a folded envelope. "He left this for you," she said. "But he wanted you to open it when you were ready." My hands shook as I unfolded it. "My dear Lena, if you ever find the photograph, know this: I didn't hide my love from you. I just never wanted it to look like pride." I pressed the letter to my heart, sobbing quietly. I had gone searching for his mistakes and found his mercy instead. That night, I sat at my father's desk again with his letter spread out before me. There was one line that I hadn't noticed before, written faintly at the bottom, almost like a secret meant to be found only by accident. "When you remember, look closer. The truth is always in the smallest details." I picked up the photograph once more and studied it carefully. My father's arms around the baby. The woman beside him, her nurse's uniform barely visible under her coat. And then, the bracelet on the baby's wrist. Tiny silver letters spelled my name. Lena. My breath caught. The baby wasn't Mrs. Turner's child. It was me. I stared at the photo, trembling. I had been sick as a baby. I remembered my mother mentioning a fever that almost took my life, but never more than that. The other woman wasn't another mother. She was the nurse who helped save me. The photo wasn't proof of betrayal. It was a memory my father couldn't bear to keep in sight, a reminder of the night he almost lost me. I held the picture against my heart and whispered, "You weren't hiding her. You were protecting me." And in that moment, every unanswered question turned into quiet understanding. A week later, I drove back to the old orphanage. It had closed years ago, the paint was peeling, the sign faded, the garden overgrown with weeds. But something about the place still felt alive, as if the walls remembered the laughter of children and the quiet footsteps of kindness. I walked through the gate, holding the photograph in my hands. The wind tugged gently at my hair as if guiding me toward the front door. I slipped the picture into the mailbox, along with a small note. "Thank you for saving my life." As I turned to leave, I looked up at the empty building and whispered, "I understand now, Dad. You never betrayed us. You just loved quietly." The sun broke through the clouds, and a warm beam of light touched my face. I smiled through my tears. On the drive home, I realized something. Sometimes, the truths we hide aren't lies, they're memories too painful to remember. My father hadn't hidden that photograph to deceive anyone. He had hidden it to protect the story of love that almost broke him. When I reached home, I placed the photograph on his desk again, this time in front of all the others. For years, he had loved in silence. Now, it was my turn to keep his truth alive, not as a secret, but as a legacy. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe.